A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
NBA playoffs. Doncic and Dinwiddie star as Mavericks crush #1 seed. Luka Doncic and Spencer Dinwiddie have been masterful in the NBA playoffs.
Despite Phoenix's all-star backcourt not being able to get anything going, these two have been on fire. The Suns stars have also been stale, and their all-star backcourt is by no means a thought.
Game 7 between the Mavericks and Suns will air on TNT. Doncic and Dinwiddie have been masterful in NBA playoffs.
Luka Doncic has been one of the top players in the NBA over the last month. The youngster averages 25.6 points, 8.7 rebounds, and 3.4 assists per game in the regular season.
Yet, Doncic has never made the playoffs. The Mavericks could use Spencer Dinwiddie to help Doncic in transition.
Both would benefit from playing off each other's strengths and would get better looks offensively. Doncic, on the other hand, has been a revelation.
He has shot 73% from the field and 71% from three. His aggressiveness forced Phoenix's bigs to switch to him.
He carved up Phoenix's defense, pulling the bigs away from the rim. As for Dinwiddie, his play has been incredibly efficient, and he has spurred a surprising amount of talk about his development.
While Luka Doncic has become a popular star for scoring 35 points and other impressive numbers in the postseason, Spencer Dinwiddie has exploded into a second-unit captain, becoming a valuable piece of the Mavericks' arsenal. The two players have found their niches among Doncic's hierarchy.
As a result, Dallas has become a playoff powerhouse after Game 6 against the Phoenix Suns. The Dallas Mavericks are heading to the Western Conference Finals.
The Mavs won the first 6 games in the series, dominating from start to finish. Phoenix advanced to the finals last season with a similar roster.
In Game 7, the Mavericks have led the way to the finals with a 123-90 win. Luka Doncic is unlikely to win the NBA MVP award this season, but he has been the most valuable player on the team.
He has averaged 28.4 points per game and 9.1 rebounds per game this season. His usage rate also leads the league.
Doncic's absence in Game 1 has affected the Mavericks' offense. Without Doncic, the Mavericks failed to generate good clean looks.
Spencer Dinwiddie's absence has left the Mavericks shorthanded, allowing Jalen Brunson to have a decent game. Dinwiddie is also a capable third option for any team.
After a solid statistical season in Washington, Dinwiddie could be the perfect third option on a contending Dallas Mavericks team. The Mavericks are also capable of making a big star acquisition in the offseason.
In the meantime, they may also want to look elsewhere for a star. A trade of Doncic and Dinwiddie would provide the Dallas Mavericks with a star to cap off their playoff run.
Suns stars haven't been able to get anything going. The Phoenix Suns have had trouble getting anything going in the NBA playoffs, but that doesn't mean the team has been a complete disaster.
The star players haven't gotten much going, but they have a couple of pieces that could turn things around. First, they have star guards in Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
Both of those players have transcendent skill sets. However, the Suns have the better lineup, balance, and depth, and they have a star on the wing in Mikal Bridges.
And they have the unique commodity of DeAndre Ayton, who could help carry them to the West Finals. Chris Paul knows how to play the NBA defense.
The veteran guard beat Dwight Powell for a 15-footer and then beat Kleber for the rim finish. Chris Paul finished the first round with 68 assists and 9 turnovers.
In Game 4, Booker couldn't get anything going. Game 4 was an especially tough matchup because Dallas wing Donnie Finney-Smith was on Ayton and the Suns were unable to get anything going.
The Suns have had problems getting their star players going. While they are average in terms of scoring, they haven't been able to keep their star players from contributing.
In Game 5 against the Utah Jazz, Holiday had his best offensive postseason game to date, with 27 points on 12 of 20 shooting. Then, he was one of the key figures in the Bucks' second-half comeback.
Another disappointing part of the Suns' season was their Game 7 performance against the Milwaukee Bucks. After a heartbreaking loss in Game 6, the Suns followed it up with an even worse performance.
Their rivals, the Boston Celtics, criticized Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the Phoenix Suns star Chris Middleton were also able to produce in the second round. In Game 6, Devin Booker is unlikely to play the Suns' Game 7 against the Mavs.
An MRI confirmed that Booker suffered from a mild right hamstring injury. A game-time return date has not been provided.
CP3 tried 8 shots in Game 7, and his performance was not nearly as good as Doncic's. The game ended 125-114 for the Pelicans.
This series is tied 1-1 in the Western Conference. A Phoenix's all-star backcourt is by no means a think about.
The NBA's best team is the Phoenix Suns, and they have an all-star backcourt that has dominated opponents this season. However, they're no match for the top-tier big men in the NBA, and it's possible that they'll be upended in the playoffs by a team with more than one of these players.
That said, the Suns' second unit has been their strength during the regular season, and, at times, it was better than the first. In the Mavericks series, they benched Landry Shamet, and Torrey Craig didn't provide clutch minutes like they did last season.
Those players have been criticized as inexperienced and will have to be replaced by a more experienced second unit, but the Suns have not been. Booker, on the other hand, has improved his defensive commitment and is a potential MVP candidate.
While the impact of Curry cannot be understated, Booker has developed his game in the past 2 seasons and is capable of putting up big numbers in the playoffs. It may be difficult for Booker to top Gobert for the All-Star honor, but the two have a good shot combination, and they should make the Suns a favorite in the playoffs.
With Chris Paul and Devin Booker out for the remainder of the first-round series, the Suns have a chance to knock off the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference semifinals. Despite the all-star backcourt, the Phoenix Suns are still no think-abouts in the playoffs, but they will need to be.
While Booker and Thompson were the only 2 All-Stars from the Western Conference to make the All-Star game, they were the only players who played more than 7 games this season. Booker's ranking is a predictable result of fan voting, as Klay Thompson, who played 7 games this season, was ahead of Booker.
Jaylen Brown and Darius Garland, meanwhile, were not even in the top 20. With a roster filled with star players and solid role players, the Phoenix Suns have a great chance of reaching the NBA Finals.
While Booker and Paul are among the league's best players, their supporting cast is quickly improving and could be the key to their success. Their all-star backcourt is no longer a think-about in the NBA playoffs, but Monty Williams and the rest of the team should be the next step in their quest for the title.
Game 7 of the Suns vs. Mavericks series will air on TNT.
If you're a basketball fan, Game 7 of the Suns vs. Mavericks series will air on TNT on Tuesday, May 15.
If you don't have cable or other streaming services, you can still watch the game online. If you're interested in viewing the game on television, watch TNT on TV or sign up for a free trial on YouTube TV.
Game 7 of the Suns vs. Mavericks series will air on TCT on Tuesday, May 17. The Suns are 6.5-point favorites against the Dallas Mavericks on the money line.
The over-under is 207.5 points. This series will decide who advances to the Western Conference Finals.
If the Suns win the series, they'll face the winner of the Celtics in the Western Conference Finals in this Game 7 of the Suns vs. Mavericks series. The Mavericks are currently up 34-22.
Spencer Dinwiddie has 13 points in 7 minutes for Dallas. He's 3 for 4 from three-point range.
Both Chris Paul and Devin Booker have just 3 points apiece for the Suns. Neither team is likely to make a major change in lineup this time.
In the previous meeting between the Suns and Mavericks, the Dallas Mavericks prevailed 113-86. Luka Doncic led the Mavericks with 33 points while DeAndre Ayton scored 21 points.
The Suns have gone 39-13 against opponents in the Western Conference. In conference play, they are 36-16 and 7-5 in games decided by 3 points or less.
Game 7 of the Suns vs. Mavericks series will air on TX on Sunday, May 18. The first quarter was a nail-biter, with the Mavericks leading by as much as 27 points.
Phoenix shot 6 for -23 and 3 for -8 from the three-point line. Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Ayton combined for 8 points.
The Suns are a team to watch. Despite being in the second half, the Mavericks have the edge in this series.
They won Game 5 in Phoenix and tied the series in Dallas. After that, each team won the next two games on their home floor.